What's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. That's Hemi. And it is Fabulous Friday. What? You know, I'm pretty excited it's Friday. So hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Hope everybody's got some fun little plans for the weekend. And, you know, you're drinking your water and being healthy and all that other fun jazz.
Ew, what are you kind of loser?
Yes.
Want to drink water? Ew.
Yes, I'm trying.
That reminds me that there was a video. Was it a video clip? I don't know. It was like some guy like took a drink of water. He's like, "Oh, what is this? It's so flavorless." It's like, and someone said, "Oh, it's water." It's like, "Oh, give me a beer."
That's cute. Yeah, I like it. Hemi just dropped his dino bone. He looked so sad. Anyway. Yeah, so hope everyone's had a good week so far. We don't got a lot for you today, but as usual, we got shit.
Yeah, all right. So
I hate when he does this, people. Leave in the comment section below if you like those curly mustaches. Oh,
come on.
Oh, I can't. You look like
I look so evil.
You do. You look like an evil character from some cartoon or something.
I'm gonna print trillions of dollars and then I'm going to tank the economy. I'll lock down people in their homes for 2 years and help mega corporations in order to transfer so much wealth from those weak paw to those ultra mega millionaires and billionaires.
Oh my god. Oh, that was fantastic. Shit, I wasn't recording this whole time. I'm kidding.
Oh, well, tough shit. That's the thing with me. It's a fucking one and done.
I know. You have no idea how many times we just have regular conversations. I'm like, damn it, I wish I was recording right now. I need to be like constant recording.
Okay, but so some Canada Day is being canceled.
Excuse you?
But not the day. It's being rebranded to be more inclusive. No, that's too bright.
That's it. I'm out of here.
You know, okay.
Oh God, I can't. I hit it wrong.
I can't. Like, at what point do you know what the thing is? Liberals, you know, at least they push for things. They're fighters. They fight. Fight. What do conservatives do? Really? What have conservatives done? They just go, no, stop, please, no, wait, no. It's like in 20 years, conservatives are gonna be, you know, endorsing gender identity and universal basic income and all this type of crap. And the Liberal Party is gonna be going, man, look at those idiots. We're trying to transplant humans in artificial uteruses. What the fuck are those? Why are you in the dinosaur age, old man? Like, get with the times.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. No one is speaking up. So, you know, we're going to talk about how Canada Day is being rebranded again to be more inclusive, rewriting history. How did that quote from George Orwell go? I'm gonna.
I don't know, but I think China just heard me roll my eyes. Might have caused a tsunami somewhere. It was such a rumble.
There we go. So this is a quote from George Orwell. Hold on. Just give me a sec. Okay, he who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. They are rewriting history. They are rewriting our history, Canada's history.
Yep.
Where where the Canadian flag is seen as a symbol of hate and freedom is a right-wing, alt-right position. We have lost the plot. We have seriously lost the plot.
Oh, we've lost a lot more than just a plot. We've lost our frickin' marbles here, people.
We've lost If not a plot, we've lost at least a gardening hoe. We
Damn
we
those
can't even
hoes.
we don't even have a fuck off CC cleaner. Hey, do you guys get pop-ups like from like CC cleaner and this type of crap that's like, hey, we updated. Do you want to install Google Chrome? No. In fact, every time I see that, I want to delete you. Don't make me. Don't give
Yes.
me a reason. Just shut up. Do your job. It was like the company that installed our air conditioner and furnace. They ended up coming back later. This was at a different time in an old house. They came back and they said, "Well, hey, we could offer, your alarm system." Like they would just randomly phone me, "Hey, we offer alarm system now through this company." Like, why are you bugging me? Like, I bought what I wanted from you. That should be the end of our interaction here. I purchased it, you installed it, done. Deal is done. I don't need phone calls about, you know, would you like to upgrade your system and get a new alarm security system and all this type of crap? No. No, I don't. How about if I did, I would phone you. I would ask, hey, do you guys already send me enough emails that I try to unsubscribe from and some reason I can't. It keeps fucking crashing. How weird.
But maybe you
Mm.
don't know they have security systems. I can understand a company reaching out like once. Like, okay, they just started doing a new product. They started doing a new thing. Okay, they're venturing out. Okay, cool. Then they let you know. But then, if you deny it, okay, stop calling. Okay. Because at that point, now I know we've talked. And if I want your service for that, I will contact you.
Well, and I don't know if I said this on stream, but there was a salesman that came for, I think it was an alarm system. And so like I was with my ex at the time. And I was at home, she was whatever at work or some bullshit. And so the salesman, comes in and he's, whatever, checking out this. Oh, we need to, check this out. And, we're looking at upgrading systems in the area if you need it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Sure. Go do your thing. And so a couple minutes later, he comes back and he says, like, this is what we could offer. And, doing the whole sales pitch. And and, and at the end, I say, okay, appreciate it. I'll have to talk to my partner and we'll get back to you about it. He says, "Aren't you the man of the house?" And yeah, yeah,
Oh,
but
shit.
I think in this situation, I think both of us would need to have to sit down and have a conversation. Well, I thought if you being the man of the house, you'd be allowed to make those decisions. I said, okay, you know what? Not only am I not going to buy your product, I'm going to make sure that I tell everyone how little I actually want your products, and you can leave my house now. And he goes, well, here I'll just get no, I'm done. Goodbye. See you later. I might have actually considered it, but now because of your stupid fucking comment, you can get out. I'm done.
Oh my God. Yeah,
What a dumb.
that's
What a
an asshole
dumbass.
comment. Like, even if it's funny, because even if like you were telling me like, oh well, just do whatever, and I made a comment to someone like, well, I'll just talk to my husband about it or whatever, and they made some sort of comment like that to me, that exactly, I would just be like, my
Yeah.
who's your competition? I'll call them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when it's I can't remember if it was like for an alarm system or something like that. But okay. So now that information, you have been enlightened by that. But and we're going to talk about how what the hell is it called? The FINA, FINA, which is the I can't remember what the acronym. It's for swimming athletics. Oh, water sports, not that kind of water sports. Stop it. Pools.
Motorboating.
Pools.
Brr.
No. So Canada had voted almost unanimously in order to allow transgender individuals to compete in swimming against women. But Leah Thomas on a national level now. Yeah, gender include. Okay, so we'll talk about that, and again, the .03 that is actively displacing the 50% of society. So we'll talk about that, and maybe we'll talk about finance. You want to learn about finance and whatever else happens to come up. It's Friday, so you know what? Hang out with your wang out, rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out.
There you go. I was like, hey, what's a female one? There you go. Woo! Oh,
yeah,
I'm
I guess
sorry.
for
Is
trans
the
people, it'd
blanket
be the
not
same.
soft enough for you, Emmy? You gotta claw at it here. I mean,
Okay, so I guess before we get into this and anything else, of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Spotify, we're on anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're if you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. On Rumble, I would much rather be on Rumble. Oh God, I just died.
ew.
I would much rather be on Rumble, but you gotta fish where the retards are. We gotta get more retards in here.
Yes, retards like us, because we're retarded.
Yeah,
We gotta congregate. Yeah. Where my retards at? What?
Like I want and I think I had posted on Twitter. I said that I want a wheelchair. I don't want to be a functioning person in society anymore. I want to be a trans-ableist.
Okay, well, that part, you didn't say that part, but you did say about you don't want to be functioning anymore. I was like, I like that. That is right where my brain is today. 100%. I don't want to adult anymore. I'm done.
I know I identify as a trans-ableist, but okay, so share this with your friends. And yeah, let's
oh my God. We should identify as rich people. Like famous rich people. Like, if you can identify as anything else and play make-believe, why can't we, identify as rich people?
No, you identify as poor, and then you don't have to pay taxes. What's wrong with you, dumb?
Why? I'm hoping that money will start flowing into our bank account if we identify as rich people.
No.
Oh.
I identify as black, so leave me alone. Stop oppressing my people.
I like your little at the end there.
And you know what, to be fair, I've always felt it. Tupac? How do you do it? I don't know how they...
You need to stop. You're so white. Well, not even white. You're very Aboriginal and white. Anyway, you're definitely not black. Anyway, you know what I really want to do? I really want to get one of those...
honorary brother.
That is true.
Don't...
You are an honorary brother.
So you can't do that to me. Stop oppressing my people.
Sorry, you're right.
We've been under the thumb of you freaking white nationalists or white whatever oppressors.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Far too long.
I'm sorry.
It is time we rise up. Even though we did in 2020, and look how far that got us. We burned that shit down.
We burned it down. Yeah. I really want to get one of those what are those called? Like, well, it's like a DNA thing, but like those things where like those blood test things or whatever it is that they do, and they can tell what kind of ancestry you have.
What kind of black you are? Are you one of the good blacks or one of the bad blacks?
I'm telling you, I am strongly convinced I have like gypsy blood in me, 100%. And gypsies were black, but yeah, I'm strongly convinced there's a hint of that in there.
Okay, all right. So let's get into this first story. So this is from the Globe and Mail. So it's Canada voted to ban. Wait, hold on. Did I read this backwards? Canada voted to ban transgender swimmers from women's events. But in the article,
yeah, it's totally different in the article. Canada voted in favor. Yeah, the hell.
Yeah, Canada voted in favor of a controversial gender policy announced this week by the world governing body of swimming in a policy that went into effect Monday. FINA allows only transgender swimmers who transition from male to female before age 12. Before age 12. No, FINA allows only transgender swimmers who transition from male to female before the age of 12. Do you hear? Okay, do you understand? You don't know. I don't think you are you hearing what I'm saying? Do I need to put my southern my black draw on? Listen here, crack up.
I unmuted the wrong one. Yes, that is 100% how you need to talk to me for me to understand, please.
I can't.
No.
I can't talk Blackanese.
Blackanese. That's not even. That's not
Yeah.
black and Chinese.
Okay, so listen to this again. The governing body allows only transgender swimmers who transition from male to female before age 12. So this is
Yes.
anytime 11, 10, 9. That is the only time they would allow. So they are actively urging swimmers that they have to be 12 and younger in order to compete. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes, I take it in two separate ways, though. Like two cushiony separate ways. But
Sand. Like what sand?
well, I was thinking more like chest, but okay. I don't know. Like in part of the way, it would, like, as of this moment right now, it would stop the Leah Thomases from being able to come in, compete, and literally dominate women's sports as they have been doing in other areas, not just in the swimming, right? So at that point, like, Leah Thomas went through her puberty. She did her whole whatever. So she has all the male stuff. And then now she's doing this and she's dominating. Okay. So under the age of, they would need something called puberty blockers, which would stop them from actually going through puberty, male or female. So then they wouldn't actually fully develop in those ways properly. So the messed upness, okay, we're going to get to that. But I think their way in thinking, or at least I'm hoping, is that it's more so to stop what's been transpiring right now. Like basically just saying, okay, like this needs to stop. This is not okay. Like you're a male. You have the characteristics of a male, stuff like that. You have the strength, whatever, because of these things. So this is not fair. Whereas if you were to have transitioned prior to, obviously you wouldn't have those same things.
Why would you?
Correct.
But why? Okay.
But hold on.
Why would you be transitioning a child at pre-12?
Exactly.
Chemically castrating them.
Exactly. This is where my hope comes into play, because I'm hoping that they're maybe thinking, okay, well, the chances of that happening before the ages of 12 are slim to none. Because what 12-year-old or someone under the age of 12 knows what they want to do for the rest of their life? I mean, do you know how many things I wanted to do? Well, yeah, that would be, well, see, but then that's, I don't know, like that's where the holy brain man, the dichotomy comes in, because it's like, in some ways, like I feel like it's trying to weed out the takeover. And I think in some ways, some psychotic parents are going to be like, oh, well, I want my kid to be a swimmer. And because, well, you know, in China, they just determine what you are, right? So, oh, I want my child to be a professional swimmer. So I want them to be a female, just like our friend of ours, somebody she knows is definitely pushing that on her young child to try, you know, so yeah, I don't know. Like that's where the dichotomy, that's the right word for this, right? Like that's where that kind of comes in. Cause it's like, in some ways, like I can see, okay, they're trying to do a positive here. However, because you stated this, now you might have those psychotic leftist parents that are out there and are already trying to encourage their children to be something other than what they are, that this could be very detrimental.
Well, see, okay, so like I said, the title of it says Canada voted to ban transgender swimmers from women's event. Okay,
yeah.
So the way they are wording that is very, very misleading, because they're not banning transgender women from competing. You just have to do it before you turn 13.
Yeah.
So it is actively encouraging, if you are going to do this, you need to do it early. If you do it post, okay, we're going to see some problems here.
It's before the age of 12.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't even be able to be 12 and going through this. It would have to be younger
Right.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before age 12. So yeah,
Yeah.
anything 11 and under.
Just super gross
So
and super scary.
11 and 364 days, 365. Sorry, kiddo, your prospects of beating on women have been seriously diminished. Unless you go into the Olympic Committee where they don't ask for anything. No, it's legalized doping at this point. It's incredible, man. I wish I was still an athlete.
I think it's funny how you have so many people who rag on other cultures and talk about the things that other cultures do, whether it's, my God, I can't even think. Well, the chemically castrating, or even the what they do to men. Oh my God, when they snip it. Help me out here. Why can't I think of it?
Vasectomy?
No, when they're babies.
Circumcision?
Thank you. Yes, when you do things like that, like it's. And other countries, like some of them are so much more worse, just like what we were talking about the other day when it came to, well, oh no, sorry, I was talking about it with a friend of mine about how they literally will sew them up and leave just a small enough hole just for them to go to the bathroom. This is on women. So, people sit there and they talk about, okay, well, this is horrible and this isn't right and stuff like that, which it's not. But then they have the audacity to sit there and go, okay, what you're doing isn't right, but my little boy here, I'm going to chop it completely off and turn him into a girl because I'm woke and that's okay. And everybody would literally cheer for it. And you're literally no better. You are disfiguring a child. You are destroying them for the rest of their lives. Like it mind boggles me. It really does. The hypocrisy in it.
Okay. So let me finish with this. So FINA is contemplating the establishment of an open competition category. So this is like, you know what, that I would support, because men are going into female sports and just dominating them, like just eating the brakes off of them. But so yeah, making an open competition category. Great. I like that. The idea of just having men women mixed. You're on the juice. If you're all roided up and whatever else, like, go whole hog. Like if you're gonna do it, why not? I want to see in like an open category. I want to see the fucking freaks of nature that just they've had like alterations to their body where their hands are now fins and their feet are a giant tail, like a fin.
Dr.
And
Moreau, I like it.
Now, if you're going to, let's go. Let's go. Get some fish DNA in those people. Let's go.
Go big or go home, baby. Yeah, let's do this shit.
I hate half measures. Go all the way. Okay, but so Canada's swimming, diving, water polo, and artistic swimming federations are represented at the FINA voting level by the umbrella Aquatics Canada. Aquatics Canada Aquatiques. It's fucking French.
That sounds redundant.
Well, it's Aquatics Canada, and then French is Canada Aquatiques.
Well, yeah, but that's just the way that they put it together. It just makes it sound redundant. It sounds stupid. Fail.
Well, CBC Radio is also Radio Canada. There's like Canada Radio, then Radio Canada.
Anyone listening in China, did you hear that?
Yeah, there's. All right, so Canada did in favor of FINA's gender inclusion policy. So do you see like the bait and switch that's going on here? The title says Canada voted to ban transgender swimmers from women's events. Canada did vote in favor of FINA's gender inclusion policy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how manipulative and how deceptive that is?
Oh,
President Kelly Stark Anderson told the Canadian press in an email Tuesday, the values of inclusion and fairness to who? Are fundamental in international sport competition and to us as Canadians. We believe that this policy was thoughtfully developed and protects competitive fairness, especially in the female events at FINA competition. We are also supportive of the work FINA will undertake to create a new open competition category, reflecting FINA's commitment to inclusion. Canada's athletes are currently competing in the biannual World Aquatics Championship in Budapest, Hungary. The International Olympics Committee released in November a framework on fairness, inclusion, and non-discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sex variations. So, okay, so again, they are conflating now two separate things in a biological setting. We don't have weight classes. We don't have men. We don't have mixed competition. We don't have the men's hockey team face the women's hockey team because we know what will happen. We had laws put in place that if there's a space for men to compete, there has to be a space for women to compete. And it's not I identify as, it is a biological thing.
Yeah.
So so to continue, and acknowledge that sex verification testing and requiring women to modify their hormone levels were harmful. You are, again, whole hog. They are saying to test the hormones levels. Go get blood work done. Every competitor at like the UFC, they get blood drawn, they go for PE tests, they go for drug tests, they go for all of this stuff randomly, and it's quite frequent.
Yeah.
And you're saying that it's too hard for these women?
It is really hard. I mean, you got to sit there so still, and they got to put the thing around your arm, and they take a little bit of blood, and ugh. I mean, that's like 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back. It's too difficult for me.
It's really unusual how they decided to frame this.
Yeah.
And again, it's always the argument with if you want fairness in sports, I would say I'm not necessarily opposed to women competing with men and men competing with women, as long as you know who you are competing against.
Yes.
If someone says that, well, I identify as a woman and they look like me and I go in there and I beat the shit out of someone, I absolutely clobber them. Okay, well, what was the thing with what was that? Was that Fallon Fox? What the hell was that transgender chick? That UFC fighter, Phoenix?
Oh, hold on, I can't remember.
But so this person didn't disclose that they were actually a man that transitioned to a woman, and
Fallon Fox. Yeah.
Fallon Fox, yeah. So this competitor ragdolled women, like biological women. Demolished, beat the crap out of them, destroyed someone's orbital bone, which is where your eye is. Destroyed it, cracked their skulls. And everyone said it looked like a man thrashing a woman. And it had nothing to do with skill, had nothing to do with technique. It was just brute force.
Yeah.
That's what men are very good at. We have brute force. We don't have a lot of, especially the bigger you get, typically, the less finesse you have. You can, that's actually one big thing with jujitsu is what?
I'm sorry. I in my head thinking that I should say that I identify as a bull and that I can go into a bullfighting ring. Could you imagine some little Spanish guy with a red cape going, Toro, Toro, and there's me just like running at him?
Yeah, and then they stab you with the spears and let you bleed out.
Huh? Or they just jump on me and try to ride me?
I know. Like, bull riding in the States is as inhumane as it is actually a lot more humane than the bull fighters. Because those bulls they wear them down, they're tired, they're malnourished,
hungry.
They're not given a fighting chance. If that thing was all like geared up and ready to go, that dude would be dead.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No, but so really I'm really trying to understand with this whole die cult thing, the diversity, inclusion, and equity. I don't know why there's such a focus. If you really wanted to make it about being fair, well, you would assume, like, the thing is now fair is starting to take on a different meaning. Fair doesn't mean equal competition.
Nope.
It now means equal outcomes.
Well, and it also means for feelings. It has everything to do with feelings. It doesn't have anything to do with the actual science of things or the actual reality of things. Because the thing is, what would be fair is exactly that, having a women's team, a men's team, and then a combination team. If there are people who are transgender that want to fight as a woman against, other women, and women were up for that, or against other men, or whatever it may be, 100%. There should be like a mixture one, which people know, okay, this is who I'm fighting against, or this is who I'm competing against, and they're completely okay with that. Just that would be fair. But having a man come into a woman's sport saying that they are female, but they have all of the body density, the strength, the stuff like that of a male, that's not fair. That's not fair. Literally erasing a real, like a biological woman is not fair, which is what's exactly happening.
But look at the language they use. Fairness, inclusion, and non-discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sex variations.
I think it's not. I think it's very discriminatory against women.
Weird. It like the 50% of the population. Let's be generous. Let's say it's 49-49, like 49 males, 49 females, and then I'll be very, very generous in saying 2% is other.
Yeah.
That's your whole. Well, you can't even say the alphabet soup, because that would be, that's all the other sexuals, pansexuals, gender, whatever, like all that. The other 52 genders.
Right.
So then we need to make 52 different gender classes. If this is what you're going to do, only deerkin can go against deerkin. Foxkin against foxkin. No, there's no intermingling, because we all know foxes are wily. They're clever. But if you have a wolfkin versus a deerkin, well, then the wolfkin obviously has a size advantage, because wolves are stronger than deer, right? Typically.
Then you throw an orc in there. Oh, well, you're just messed up now. But like, okay,
the fairies can't compete. What are the fairykin gonna do? They're fucked.
I know.
Vampirekin. Have you seen 40 days and 40 nights, or whatever what the hell that movie is called?
I'll rip a person apart.
40 days and nights.
Yeah, 40 days a night. Yeah.
Have you seen Blade? Those people were super strong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, no more zombiekin either. I mean, but I mean that's the thing. Like,
rip your arms off.
It's literally like, if I was in charge of sports, okay, and I had all these people coming at me, and I want this and I want that, and I want a separate thing for this and this and this and this, I'd be like, you know what? For one, I would either just be like, okay, here are your options: male against male, female against female, other against other. I don't give a shit what, and that's it. Or guess what? It's gone. It's gone. Either I would just say bye-bye to the whole thing and nobody would ever compete again, or just male, female, you're out. Like, because it's just ridiculous. It's literally like arguing with a bunch of children.
Oh my! I'd want to see some, like, that deerkin, that Twitter safety whatever person. Yeah. I want to see them go compete against. You have to go against like like a bearkin, a lionkin.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna. You're dead. You're done. Game over. GG. Pack it in, fella, dude. Chick. Whatever.
Let's do this. Or her against the hunter that killed Bambi's mom. Boom. Mic drop.
Oh, some revenge. Revenge.
Yeah.
Plot twist. it'd be like it. So I was in a truck stop. I was doing my laundry, and I was
And you
in the
saw
background.
this?
They had no, well, close to it. They had wrestling on the television.
Oh, okay. It was at WWE.
Yeah, the second I learned that was fake, I stopped watching,
Oh, your
and then I was like,
world.
oh, the UFC.
Oh.
And then I watched the UFC, and I'm like, oh, this is real. And these people are really fighting each other. Not this playmate whatever stuff. But this is kind of what we're the line that we're going down. Okay, so if you need to make an inclusive space for everyone, well then you either have to go off gender or you have to go off sex. You cannot say gender and sex are the same thing, because as their own literature describes, they're not.
Sorry.
But seriously, who does this impact? Who does it really impact? Does it impact men? No, because statistically, men are stronger competitors than women. Unless there was like a competition of like bitching. If there was a bitching category,
You'd win. Out of me and you would win. You would win that bitching contest. Uh-huh. I love you.
or if it was like the nagging competition, or the I can't say cooking, because some of the best cooks in the world are men. How weird! A woman's job is actually better suited for men.
I clean.
Huh?
I clean. I don't cook. I'll admit it. He's the cook.
There you go. Competitive sweeping. But that's curling. The best are still men. No, actually, I think in curling, I think women are actually better than men. I think.
Oh, I wonder why.
So,
they're so used to that sweeping action. So when they start yelling sweep at each other, they're just remembering their mamas and their grandmas just yelling at them like sweep, sweep, because it wasn't done enough. So they're trying to go faster and trying to do it. Oh yeah, they got that shit down.
Can you not lift the couch? Tilt it back, sweep.
Oh yeah. Shit is
real.
Doing? 100%. I could see that being a female-owned freaking sport. 100%.
Right, but so really, like, who are you? Where I don't see the fairness. I don't see it, and and I hate that I always have to try to come from this position of I don't care. It has no impact on me, because man number one, women number two. But it's just proving again that even men make better women than women. We had men got Women of the Year from two different people. Caitlyn Jenner, and then the U.S. chick, Jacqueline.
RuPaul?
No, it was like a secretary of wokeism or some crap.
I don't know. You said wokeism, so I just like. Brr. I remember when I was younger seeing RuPaul, I was like, how the fuck does this man have a better woman's body than me? I am so jealous.
Don't do anything?
Huh?
Don't do anything?
I don't know what you're talking
Probably
about.
cocaine. Cocaine. Lots of cocaine.
Oh, so that's what I need to do. Got it. I'll write it on the grocery list.
Yeah. I'm sure they sell that in like a 6-pack or something.
Oh, 100%.
6 rocks.
There you go.
Sorry, that's crack. That's black people food. No, us white people, we go for the powder stuff,
Oh my God, that's so funny. I'm sorry. This might sound really bad, but you just said crack, and that was black people things, right? And then that's all I'm thinking of is, okay, because before you, I was with black men, right? So see that saying, once you go black, you don't go back. That's not true. But what did they call white people? Crackers. See, there's black men that like the white women, and they like the white drug too. They're all into the white. That's all a bunch of crack and crackers. It's a nice little meal.
You can't say that word. Hey, it's considered derogatory.
Which one?
Crackers.
I am a cracker. And you know what? I can say that. Just like how black people can drop the N-bomb or
No, you cannot. You cannot. Okay. That is one thing that blows my mind. So people, they do exactly what you just did.
what?
If you can say how they say N-word, but I can say cracker, if you can't even say that word, obviously one has a bigger implication than the other.
Well, no, okay. If it's a derogatory word for white people, well, I am white, so I can say it all I want. Just like
even black people say cracker.
Yeah, but see, that's not okay. See, then I would be like, no. I would say something.
Listen here. If okay, this is the kind of asshole I am. If I heard someone look at them crazy crackers, I'd be like, hey, we set you free.
Oh, they set themselves free. They did. They took the chains off. They set themselves free. You racist bastard.
I have cotton that needs a picking, and it ain't gonna pick itself. We need those long, slender fingers that
Well, between me, you and I, you got the long, slender fingers. I got the sausages.
I need a slender hand that only a black man can have. The slender, lanky fingers.
Oh my god!
And we're banned. All right, so good run. Got to 130 subscribers and all it puts there.
We're on Rumble. Shit.
Obviously, it's a joke.
Obviously.
But like that's the thing. Like if someone said, like, look at those bunch of crackers, I'm like, yeah. Like it. That's the thing. Like it does. The one thing I do struggle with is I don't understand the importance of putting so much weight behind words.
Agreed.
I don't understand it. I think it's all about intent. Like if you're using words as a pejorative, okay, I can understand. Like you could say, like, you stupid Coke bottle. Like you are. If there was a competition between the intelligence in a Coke bottle and you, I would actually pick the Coke bottle. That's how fucking stupid you are. Go, ooh. Ow.
There have been times when literally, like, because Tyler and I, like, we razz each other, right? Like, he's my best friend, so we go back and forth. But there have been times where he said something that I'm like, oh, that was a good one. High five. It was such a burn that I'm just like, okay, you get props for that one. but that's the thing. Like, and I try to teach the kids that too. But I remember like putting emphasis behind words and stuff. Like you can, I remember being told once before, like in Germany, like an insult, or like a really bad insult, almost like saying like the C word here, I guess, would be like Simsika, which I might be pronouncing it wrong after all these years. But in other words, it translated to cinnamon goat. And that was something that was really insulting over there, right? Which you hear that and you're like, cinnamon goat? Oh, okay. Or my kid came home one day crying and so upset. Sorry. Because some kid told him that he worked in a dildo factory. And I started laughing and he got so upset. I'm like, what? It's funny. Like, don't like.
That's so dumb.
Like, don't. Why are you getting so upset about it? Be like, yeah, well, at least I have a job. Just walk away.
Yeah, and I'm their top product tester. I don't have to wipe. Joke's on you.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, is that people take things way too seriously and they put such emphasis behind the silliest little things, the silliest little insult, the silliest little word that someone may call you. Okay, so someone calls me a cracker, whatever. An ex of mine.
Yeah, we ruled the world. We ruled the world. So
who runs the world? Crackers. I'm just kidding. With a little bit of cheese and some peppered salami. Anyway, but I haven't had supper yet. Can you tell I'm hungry? Peppered salami and cheese and crackers. Anyway, but like an ex of mine who was black, he called me a Polak. a cheap Polak. Like, it obviously is an insult. And the funny thing is, like, I remember getting into an argument with him because I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I'm like, that was racist. And he's like, no, it wasn't. And was just so convinced because he is black and he said that to me, that that's not a racist comment. And one of his friends who was also black was like, dude, no, that was racist. Like, and was standing up for me. And then he got all mad because they were standing up for me. But it's just like, okay, well, like, at least just own it. Like, you can't sit there and
they can't
make fun of somebody else's ethnicity or whatever like that and say it's not being racist when 100% it is.
What word?
Polak.
No. What was the what?
Ethnicity. Ethnicity. I know. I fucked it up. Ethnicity. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me look stupid. I was hoping nobody else heard the stupid that came out of my mouth. Okay.
Oh, I heard it twice. Ethnicity. I can't even my brain can't even break that hard in order to reproduce what you said.
I'm broken.
No, but so this is the idea that, that we talk about a lot, is that when you are told from a child that it is not your fault, it is someone else's fault, it is someone else's skin color, that you're in the position that you are, and it creates a world of victimhood, and that is really what we're seeing. We've said it before, that the oppression Olympics, how many victimhood check mark boxes do you fill out?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I guess with that being said, let's get into this last article here. So this is from some Bridge City News. Winnipeg's The Forks renames Canada Day celebrations a new day.
We already have New Year's Day. We already have a new day in sense. Sorry.
So some controversy has arisen at a popular tourist attraction in Winnipeg. The Forks has been known as a meeting place for many locals, thousands coming, blah, blah, blah. So the corporation that manages the site has decided to do away with the traditional Canada Day celebrations and fireworks. Instead, they are rebranding the day focused more on Indigenous and multicultural themed experiences. Winnipegger Chuck says he is upset over the decision to leave the word Canada out of the event, which has been renamed a new day. Following posts on social media calling to boycott the Forks over this action, Burr took it upon himself to ensure Canada Day is still celebrated at the historic site. Well, if you look on our Twitter, boycott the Forks.
Are you kidding me right now? Like, this actually more than infuriates me, because guess what? Okay, we already, like I just said, we already have a New Year's Day. Okay, so we already have a new day in sense, right? It's a new year, a new day. But then also, we have something something that Winnipeg is actually really known for too, is something called Folklorama. Folklorama is a fantastic thing. And I think it's like, what, a 2-week-long thing, or is it a month-long thing?
It is the largest multicultural event in the world.
It is remarkable, which is freaking cool. Yeah.
Like 140 or 130 different cultures set up all around the city, actually all around the province even.
Yeah.
To show their culture.
Yeah, and these things, like, for anybody who's listening in the States, because we have a lot of United States listeners, just look it up. Just look up Folklorama. And it's literally like they have all these buildings that are set up all over the place, and they'll have like an African building, they'll have a Polish building, a Ukrainian building, Portuguese, Cuban. And you go there and you get to experience their culture. You get to see their traditional dresses. You get to experience their food, their entertainment, like what it is that they have, their dance. Like, it's remarkable.
I would say actually my favorite was the Colombian Pavilion, because they gave you cocaine and a gun. That's what I liked about their culture.
Wait, what? Yeah, that's what they did just as you signed in. They're like, here's your cocaine and here's your gun. Shh.
Yep. Yeah. Here's AK. I don't know their accent. Hey, here's your AK-47. I don't know how they talk. That's very Mexican.
It really is.
I don't know. I don't know what they sound like. All I know is that's all I know. I think that's how Colombians actually speak.
Say hello to my little friend.
He's Cuban.
Oh, well.
Scarface was Cuban.
Yeah, he sure was. Shit just got awkward, people. Yeah, I don't know what
No, but
Colombians sound like either.
yeah, I think they just smell like a nose, or they smell like. I think they just talk through like. I think that's all they do.
Oh
I
my
think that's how
God.
they communicate.
They just sniff at each other.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
means like take out the garbage. Oh, dinner was fantastic. Can I have some more, please?
Hey, Estee, how you doing today? Oh,
That's
yeah.
All right, but so that was a joke that Colombians do a lot of cocaine. That's the joke. That's the joke.
Isn't it okay? It's so sad that we literally live in a world where literally comedians can't be comedians anymore. They can't just tell jokes. They literally have to. Okay, people, that there was a joke. Okay, like
I like that
don't get
you
mad.
try to lump us in that we're actually comedians. No, I'm just an asshole.
You know what I
that
mean.
screams at- All right. Okay, so let's continue. So this was from the group that owns the Forks. So we are humbled and grateful for the honesty and vulnerability that was shared over the past few months as we explored how to move forward with July 1st. So again, this is the idea. This is a day to celebrate the formation of Canada. Everything that now happens in Canada happens under one banner, under the Canadian flag. All your fucking trans flags, your Gadsden flags, all these types of flags are welcome to be flown because Canada allows it. There are many countries that if you have a flag the wrong way, you could be thrown in prison. If you do not show respect to your country, a very nationalist idea, you can go to prison. Gulag, you no fly flag, you go to gulag. Like,
Nice.
and again, we have capitulated, and I brought this up before. We are so accommodating in the West that we will actually capitulate and we will step back from our own position in order for other people to feel welcome. So, in a media release, the Forks says the rebranding was based on consultations with Indigenous peoples, newcomers, and youth regarding what Canada Day could look like at the Forks. Do you think newcomers want to back to the shithole country they came from? I think there's a reason why they immigrated into Canada, because their country was either war torn, had no prosperity, no opportunity. So I'm sure they came here so that they could see that their country, or the country they left, in order to bring it here, to recreate the feelings. It is unbelievable. So they even continue. We acknowledge the anger and hurt Indigenous communities are feeling, and we know we have a role to play in the healing process.
What does that have
Means
to
that,
do with
again,
Canada Day?
this is what I don't understand. Why is everything becoming your banner, your community, and segregating? Why is there such a
Right?
focus on segregation?
I know. Well, and the thing is, like, we already added a day to a new holiday to the year, which was Truth and Reconciliation Day, which was for the Indigenous people. And plus, like I mentioned, we have Folklorama, which is I'm pretty sure it's like a month-long thing. It goes through the summer. It's a month-long thing that literally you get to experience everybody's cultures. So it's that is inclusive. You're including everybody in this one giant festival thing that goes on. And like Tyler said, like, it's the biggest multicultural thing in the world. And we have that here, which is something that's truly remarkable. And I've always found incredible. And now it literally it's Canada Day. Canada Day is what? What was Canada Day?
Formation of Canada. Well, it used to be. Now it's, look at how the bad Canada has done, and we should all the evil colonizers should give everything back to the Aboriginals or the natives that lived here. Which ones? Because you guys were sitting here fighting over the land, killing each other long before the evil white man even arrived.
Okay, well, if that's
So who do we give the land to?
if that's the case, then you're supposed to, if you're a leader, you're supposed to lead, right? So Trudeau, after you,
By example,
leave.
Yep.
Why don't you leave
He
Canada?
who is without, he who is without um true love of for their country, ride the first ship.
I mean, if you're so, about this, then all right, you lead. Let's
Yep.
go.
Back
Like,
back to France, because Trudeau is not an Aboriginal name.
no.
Sorry, buddy. Even your made up Indian name that you were
Oh my
given,
God, right?
that ain't. Mm-mm. You
Yeah.
weren't born here. Get back on that boat. Fuck off. And to all the Aboriginal people that feel that they are entitled to retake this land, guess what? Your house is gone because it was the evil white man that built them. It was the evil white man that made it. It was the evil white man that developed this country. It wasn't until the evil white man and actually revolutionized this country that you finally got out of the fucking bone age. Not even in the stone age, the bone age. Maybe that's one step up from the Stone Age. So I don't understand where we are actually giving up our own history, our own one day of acknowledgement when
Yeah.
Canada was formed,
Can you?
and saying no, we can't. We Canada has done so much wrong. Are you tired of getting pandered to, or is it just keep knocking at that tower that we have built this country on? Just keep whacking at it. Keep whacking at that foundation until everything fucking crumbles. Canada Day, ban it. Oh,
Like, who does
uh,
that?
Canadian flags. No, that's a symbol of hate. Bash that down. Oh, Canadian Charter of Rights. Well, let's keep. Well, I know there's a couple bricks that we got to. No, but so you have to keep banging on the pillars of what makes Canada Canada. You keep hammering at this skyscraper that we have built, our proverbial skyscraper that has been built, and you knock these pillars down. Well, you're not erecting anything in place of. You're just from the rubble trying to recreate. You
Yeah.
can't build something on broken ground, with broken pillars, with broken concrete. Can't do it. But like we're what we're so accommodating. We will give up the day that one day that we celebrate the formation of this country. How about at what do you just say fuck you? No, I'm done. I'm done being told I'm bad. You see suicide rate with men just skyrocketing. You're seeing more and more violence happening from young men disproportionately. Tell them that they're bad, that they're evil, that they attribute nothing to society. Tell them over and over and over again. Tell them that men are worthless, fathers are bad people, toxic masculinity, toxic mansplaining, all this stuff over and over again. Beat them over the head. Canadians, the ones that had nothing to do with the government that did this. It's not my fault. I didn't do this. And again, when we found out, look at what happened. When those residential schools were rediscovered with all these dead bodies, everyone in Canada was pissed off and said, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah.
The government, what did you do? Because I didn't accept this. I don't condone this. I don't condone destroying cultures because you need to beat the native out of them or beat the Indian out of them, as they said at the time.
Yep.
That's what they chose to do. So at what point, you have
And
we
we're the
no
bad
longer
ones.
have we no longer have a gay pride parade. We no longer have a gay pride month. We have a gay pride season. There is more time devoted to people that love to fuck each other in the ass. There's more devotion to people's kinks and sexual fantasies than there is to the formation of the country that allows it. Allows.
Yeah.
I use that word very specifically because there are a lot of countries. I would encourage you look at look at Sharia law. Look at any countries that practice Sharia law. In Russia, you are jailed if you are gay. Look at any country that practices Sharia law; they will stone you to death. There are countries in Africa that if you say that I am a man and I identify as a woman, they stone you to death.
Well, even if you're gay, 100%. Like there are people who have escaped those countries because of the fact that they were gay and they would get killed. Like, and that's the thing, like that's what I was going to say too. Like what other country out there other than North America would literally sit there and pander and literally change history just to appease other people?
You know what they used to do? You know what they used to do back in like how war is fought now is very different than what it used to be. You just think of the days of Genghis Khan. Your worst day, at least you don't have Genghis Khan banging at your door. Think of that. 10% of the world was populated by Genghis Khan fucking. 10% of the world.
That's disturbing. Inbreeders.
Yeah. There are a lot of Asians that have direct lineage to Genghis Khan.
Wow.
But we have apologized. We had said sorry over and over and over again. Government has already formally apologized for residential schools. And then what? Well, that's not enough. Apologizing is not enough. Making a formal apology, an actual act in order to try and correct this, trying to right the wrongs, and it's not enough.
I would like to know, though, where a lot of this shit is coming from. Like, if it actually is coming from the Aboriginal communities or if it's coming from stupid ass white people who have nothing better to do than to think that they need to stand up for other people. And they just end up making all this drama and shit like that. Because that's honestly where I think the majority of this shit comes from. I don't think it's actually coming from the Aboriginal cultures or, even with the Black Lives Matter. I don't think a lot of it's coming from the Black people. I think it's honestly coming from a lot of the white privileged people or, well, freaking rich ass little brats or whatever that have nothing else to do because they have nothing else to complain about. So they're like, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for the man. But just like that one argument that you got into with an old friend of ours, he's sitting there making all these comments about how, you gotta, people are to give up their jobs and do this and do that. And you should be giving it to these people and those people. Okay. Well, guess what? You work at a high class university after you.
Yeah, that was the thing I said. Why are you there? Quit your job. Well, I can't quit my job. Okay, so then you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And then you have the audacity to say that I am white adjacent. No, actually, I grew up. I wouldn't say I grew up in the best home. I didn't grow up in the worst home. But I had a lot of hardships, just like anyone. But I don't sit there and parade it around. I'm not identified as what hardships I overcame. Or what I experienced and just held on to it and latched onto it. And I was going to say, Aboriginal people are actually a very proud people. They are very proud of their heritage. They're very proud and excited to be able to actually show their culture. And and Canadian culture is a part of our culture.
Yes.
And I don't look at it as though we're taking away from it. I would love to have, I've said it before, I would love to see reservations actually own their own land, actually have opportunity, have prosperity,
yes,
so that they're not third world countries. Where we are literally funding them so that they can go play cowboys and Indians, where they can actually show the best and the most enticing parts of their culture. And unfortunately, in a capitalist society, you have to be able to monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to have tourism, have museums. Being able, hey, come for a week and you can experience how the Aboriginals back, 150, 200 years ago, how we lived, how we survived. You think people would not do that?
Right?
Where they had a guide take them out into the forest and this is, we have to build our teepees.
That'd be so cool.
Or if it was even like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, and
they are very proud people.
Well, yeah, and
these very small communities, these very niche groups say, well, you're not inclusive enough because of the the hurt in the past. You know what most other countries do? Never happened. Never happened. Oh, genocide? No, we didn't do that. What are you talking about? No, we didn't. What do you mean genocide? How about you genocide? No, you're a genocide. We didn't genocide. You genocided.
Yeah, the Ukrainian genocide, that never happened. No.
Ukraine, Armenian.
Yeah.
Like, those are two that. How about a Jewish genocide? That was a pretty big fucking genocide. How about genocide that's happening right now in Yemen? Huh? Oh, no one talks about the bombings and the actual genocide, the Rwandan genocide, the Muslim genocide that's happening in China.
Right.
Oh, no! Don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's just mind-boggling to me. And before we get too far away from it, like when you're talking about like the Indian people, how they're very proud. Like I remember when a coworker of mine had made a necklace for me, and it was made out of deer bones and sinew. I don't remember her ever giving it to me, saying, "Here, I made this for you, but don't wear it because it's cultural appropriation. Don't do that." There's a gas station. It's called Red Sun, that is on native land, right? You go there.
Hold on, be careful with that one.
Why?
There is a lot of controversy about that gas station.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway. Okay, well, we'll leave that part out then. But regardless, with the gas station, you go there. They have beautiful moccasins. They have beautiful jewelry, all this stuff, native stuff. And if I were to go there and buy a set of moccasins or some jewelry and stuff like that, do you really think they're going to be like, no, white girl, you can't wear this? No, they have it out because they're proud. They want to share it with people. They feel proud watching other people wear their stuff. Like, how is that not a compliment? How is that not a good thing?
You know, the big thing that actually pissed off Kansas, Redskins, I believe it was Kansas City Chiefs and the Redskins.
Redskins or Red Sox?
No, Redskins.
Oh, okay.
It was Redskins.
Maybe.
Redskins?
Probably.
Redskins.
Red Sox doesn't make much sense.
Washington Redskins. That's it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I forgot. Yeah. Now it was a Washington football team. Now it's the Washington Commanders. Wow, that's a very non-inclusive because not everyone can be a commander.
Right?
Why you do this?
But that's what makes no sense is they take shit like that away.
Well, people were saying, there were Aboriginals that were saying, we love it. Our culture is front row and center, and people cheer for it.
Yeah.
They cheered for the Washington Redskins, the Kansas City Chiefs. They cheered for our culture.
Yeah.
And people loved it. And then they go, well, that's derogatory, so we need to remove it. No, it's called whitewashing. Isn't it weird? Liberals say that white men whitewash everything.
What do you think they're doing?
What's going on right now? The only brand name that has survived the great culling of brands, Aunt Jemima dead, Uncle Ben dead. Only one left was a fucking white guy that was a Mormon, or that was a Quaker, that actually wanted to make the most plain food possible so that it stopped people from masturbating. That's where brand came from. The most flavorful food. Look it up.
Really?
Look it up.
Oh my God,
that's fucking serious.
The funniest thing I think I've heard.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Quaker,
but yeah,
cereal.
Like, it's funny. Like, me as a white person, I was pissed off when they changed the name of the Redskins, or even when they were getting rid of Aunt Jemima. Like, I had...
Cornflakes was invented by John Henry Kellogg. Oh, sorry, it was John Henry Kellogg. And Mr. Kellogg for the plain cereal to prevent people from masturbating.
That's really weird.
And then this one says the cereal was not created to stop people from masturbating. It was created to be an easy to digest, simple food. Bullshit. Well, no, it was Quaker. What the fuck is a Quaker? No cracker was invented to stop you from masturbating. Cornflakes, blah blah blah.
I mean, but
oh. No, Aaron, just go ahead.
I mean, for me, like, that's just what I find really sad is, like, I look at this stuff and I didn't look at Aunt Jemima and be like, oh my God, this is so mean and so bad. And oh, look at the Redskins. They're cultural appropriating and they're doing this and they're doing that. No, they were bringing it to the forefront. They were embracing it. They were being proud of it. You know what I mean? Like it was a good thing. And with Aunt Jemima too, like I was just like, oh, that's so awesome. Like I honestly used to think about it and I'm like, how that would have felt like the first Black woman on something like that. And it was such a household name and it's been around for so long. And then for them to all of a sudden just get rid of it. I'm pretty sure Aunt Jemima wouldn't have been like, dude, I don't find any offense to this. Like I freaking love it. And I'm sure a lot of people loved it. And the fact is, for me, I'm seeing this stuff, and to me, it's erasing people's cultures. That's what I see. Yeah. I see them erasing. They're taking the Black off of the your pancake mix and your pancake syrup. They're taking the Aboriginal off of the football team, whatever. Like they're taking all this stuff away. They're erasing history, and these were such great moments. I can understand certain things. Okay, honestly, if they were to burn down the residential schoolings, I'd be like, cheers. Or the residential schools, cheers. There was nothing good about those places. They were horrible places that did horrible things to people. And I feel absolutely horrible for anybody who was involved in that whatsoever. So things like that, okay, I can understand you wanting to get rid of that. But there are so many things that people are trying to get rid of. You know, they're knocking down statues for people. And they're trying to erase things out of history books. They're trying to take books away. They're trying to change everything. When in reality, a lot of the history you should be looking at thinking, oh my God, look at these horrible things that these people had to go through. I never want this to happen again. It was a reminder. It was a reminder of the bad that happened and the strength people had to get through it. And never again.
Look, okay, this is one thing I found incredible. Indiana is an Indianapolis.
Okay.
Indian and Indian. Indiana is in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Which is the capital of Indians. That's what Indianapolis means. The land of the Indians.
Cool.
So it's like you want to talk about, like, if you want to whitewash everything, okay, well, sorry, Indianapolis, you gotta change your state. Sorry, it's derogatory. But
so sad.
But okay, so I guess there's more or less. Canada is capitulating. Canada is actively suppressing, is canceling our own history that, you know, is rich. It is very rich with history.
Yes.
And history that I'm very proud of.
Yes.
Do we have bad things in our history? Tell me one country that doesn't. I don't look at the failures and subject to that and say that, well, because of that, it all needs to be torn down. No, I can look at that and say, yeah, that was terrible what we did. And look at what we've done to improve it since then.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mean that, I always have to make this distinction. The general population and what the government does, those are almost two separate entities entirely. So, you know, a very big historical, the Forks is where at the time everyone came there. That was a major trading hub in central Canada. The Forks is famous for that. That's where it was a meeting place.
Yep.
It was trade. And now we're going to say, well, you know, because of what happened in history, well, you know what, Canada, no, Canada takes a back seat. Disingenuous. That is such a slap in the face to people, you know, like me. People like, you know, I'm sure like most Canadians that say, I am proud of Canada. Yeah, we have we've had terrible black guys in our history. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I again, I see that as, look at where we have come.
Yeah, now we're
It's
going
one
backwards.
thing if it's bad if one thing happens. One you know, an incident happens and nothing changes from it. Okay. That I would agree with. Yeah, you know what? Look at the inaction that has been taken. I would agree. But if there was progress made, and again, I've made the argument, I think Aboriginal people should own their land outright.
Hands down,
They
100%.
own it. They own their property. It is not government land. It is not crown land, so that they can be relocated when the government finds, oh, there's minerals here. Sorry, Aboriginals, got to find another useless plot of land until we need that. We'll send you out in the swamps like we did for Peguis, or they're in like swampland. That's where they put them.
That's horrible.
You know, so instead of just, hey, you know what? Here is your land. It is yours. You do what you want. You are in control of it. You are in control of your destiny. Each person is in control of their own destiny, not the government deciding, oh, you know what? Oh, you got a new house 10 years ago. Oh, yours burnt down. Well, we'll get to you when we get to you. Here's a $6,000-7,000, car. That's what you get. Oh, your air conditioner broke. No, well,
We'll send someone
I'm sure
up.
you'll be fine. Yeah, when we got the time.
It's sad.
It's really
beyond sad.
it's disheartening, and it's deflating. Yeah.
Well, and this is where everybody's energy is going, literally, is, having transgenders in swimming, changing Canada Day. Why don't people try and actually do good change instead of doing this? Like, you have no time. Or you have too much time on your hands, that this is what you're sitting there complaining about instead of real issues, real things that actually matter. Like you want to fight for something. Well, fight for the Aboriginals to get their land back. Like fight for something that matters, not changing Canada Day's name so it's no longer Canada Day, or allowing transgenders to do swimming, or allowing children under the age of 12 to transition. Like, seriously, this is where people's energy is. Grow up.
Like I can think of 10 things that could be better spent than white bashing and segregation. I can think of 10. But this is what we've decided to focus on. No, don't talk about the record inflation. Don't talk about record high gas prices. Don't try and talk about anything about Canada actually being independent, especially in critical infrastructure. No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the looming debt crisis, the looming housing crisis. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about the fact that 25% of people could be without a home because of rising inflation and rising interest rates. Because the government told you, you know what, your job isn't important. Shut up, sit down. Let us take care of it.
Yeah, they did a bang up job.
Not that. Not shipping off any of our wealth to other countries instead of actually solving the issues here. Fix your own fucking backyard before you decide to fix someone else's. You're in no position. You are in no position to tell some other country to do what you think is best. Our government got destroyed in Europe because European members were saying, you suppress peaceful protests in your own country. You have no position here to talk about democracy.
Right?
When you are a tyrant. Trudeau was called a tyrant in front of the European Union.
That's awesome.
They called him a tyrant. So this ain't from me, even though I think he is.
Oh, 100%.
And a petty tyrant needs to control messaging, needs to control how you speak, because their ego is so fragile. They can't handle the criticism. Think of like a king. If anyone talked badly about the king, what happened?
Off with his head.
There was only one person that was allowed to, and that was a jester. And they had to be very, very careful with what they said about the king. If they made him laugh, you were good. If they didn't, yeah, you have a pretty cool looking head hanging from a tree out front.
Or lion's food. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, you tell other countries, Canada's government, not the people, Canada's government tells other countries how they should be more inclusive. Well, look at what you did. You had pastors jailed. You told people to sit at home and do nothing. You actively promoted parents for isolating their children, which would be cruel and unusual punishment for the worst criminals among us would be seen as a human rights offense for gross, gross negligence.
Well, and the funny thing is they, with all the shit that they did do the past 2 years and all of the seclusion and stuff like that, it has caused such a high rise on mental illnesses and people just losing their minds that instead of people trying to help these people now, what are we doing?
Give us the money that we gave you. Give us the money we gave you, and maybe we'll let you see another day.
And they're literally like parading around the mental illnesses, and it's just making everything worse, pushing it now. Like,
did you see? They have a new term out for adults now. SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. They now have a thing called SADS, sudden adult death syndrome.
Oh, so
never
suicide?
happened before. No, they're suddenly dropping dead. I don't know why. There was suddenly a big spike in 2021. I don't know what happened prior to that to influence this.
No idea.
I don't know. I'm just asking the question, like the hell's that fucking no, what the hell's his name? Oh my god, I'm totally blanking on his name right now. Oh my god. I'm just asking the facts.
Oh my god, I
What was
don't
his
know.
name? Jesse Ventura.
Oh.
I'm just being Jesse. I'm just asking for the facts. Or how the fuck he says.
Okay.
But yeah, all right. So yeah, let's I would love to hear if you stayed around for this long, I would love to hear what are your opinions on this Canada Day being changed, where it is no longer a celebration of Canada, it's a celebration of everything but Canada.
Right.
Are you going to celebrate Canada Day, or like for me, I almost don't want to. Like, I am not proud of Canada.
We literally have a prime minister who made our flag seem like something that was bad, which is funny because that's something that you're proud of. And when I saw the Freedom Convoy, it made me more proud. Seeing all the people coming together for one cause and how peaceful everybody was, I was so proud. I'm still very proud. But how everything was spun and how, oh, well, people, they have PTSD when they see the flag or hear horns now. Grow up. And how he's literally dividing our entire country. He's dividing everybody. And it just, it is beyond sad.
I'll say this. I'll say this quick little part. It's not just him. It's people that grew up. It's the uninitiated, the uninformed, the unthinking majority. That just, oh, well, Liberal Party? Yeah, well, my dad voted Liberal. I vote Liberal. And you know what? That's just how the family does it. We just always vote Liberal.
Cheap.
Yeah. Instead of actually wanting something, instead of actually expecting something from your government, that's the thing. They just expect it. I got super pissed when I had an MP, and they had said, "Oh, they don't care about our area. They just don't care." Because they could put their efforts somewhere else. You're a shoe-in. You're expected to vote this way, so they don't even bother. How is that okay?
Because people don't know how to think for themselves. People don't have a thought that's natural or unique. It's, okay, what is this person doing? What are my friends doing? What are my teachers telling me? What are this? What are that? Like, they can't even think for themselves anymore. People don't know how to do that. And then, oh, God forbid, because then you do have people who, start crying because you looked at them wrong, or you didn't call them an elf, or some dumb bullshit. Like, this is what we're fighting against. There are people that are literally dying in other countries who are getting murdered. They're getting genocided. They're dying of hunger. We have people in our own country that our mental illness is on the rise. This isn't what people are concerned about. People are concerned if you call them an elf or a them or a they,
you don't respect their pronouns. We are so comfortable. We have become so soft and so complacent. that can be a topic for another day. So
God, we could just go
let's,
on and on about this shit because the shit makes me so mad.
all right, let's get the hell out of here.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to listen to some things that we have to say. Don't forget you can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. Like us, share us, subscribe. And don't forget you can check me out later today on Twitch under the game name Vagine Machine, where I will be streaming live, playing big stompy robots, killing other big stompy robots, and having a drink with some friends. It's good times. You can come join us. And yeah, we'll catch you again on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. Spend it with the ones you love. Bye, guys.